In this video, we will show you how to replace your neutral safety switch on this Lincoln Navigator. This will be located on the driver's side of the transmission. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get started on our job. The first thing you want to do is get in the passenger compartment and put on your emergency brake. With that applied, put the key in the on position and put your vehicle in neutral. Now we want to carefully make our way underneath the driver's side of the vehicle. Along the driver's side of the transmission is where you're going to find your neutral safety switch. Remove the wiring by squeezing in the locking tab and pulling the wiring off of the neutral safety switch. Give that a quick inspection for corrosion. If you see any, it needs to be dealt with. This one looks fine, so we'll set it aside. At this point, you'll find that you have two 8mm headed bolts holding the neutral safety switch to the side of the transmission. Remove the pair. There's one. We'll give that a quick inspection, make sure it's still reusable, replace it as necessary. There's our second bolt. Quick inspection, set it aside as well. The next thing that you're going to want to do is remove the neutral safety switch from the shaft that's coming out of the side of the transmission. It's common for it to be stuck on there. Continue on with a small pry bar and gently pry it off. Be extremely careful not to damage your transmission pan or the transmission shaft while doing so. The next thing you will want to do is clean and inspect the shaft coming out of your transmission. If yours is rusted like ours, go ahead and give it a light buff with some sandpaper. Once you have that cleaned down, continue on to adding a little bit of lubricant around this area. All the way around that shaft. Now it's time to install our neutral safety switch. Have a look at this area. You can see that it's typed out neutral. There's also a line that corresponds with the center area here. Make sure it's aligned properly. Assuming it is, let's go ahead and put this in position. Once you have it aligned, go ahead and press it onto the transmission. While you're doing this, it's a good idea to be pressing along the center area here, the part that's going directly onto the shaft. Now at this point, you just want to double check to make sure that your lines are still aligned with that neutral tab. Assuming it is, we'll continue on to putting in each of our mounting bolts. Snug them up. Now before you tighten either of them, one last check, just to make sure you're completely aligned. If you're not, you can carefully pivot this just enough so the two lines do line up perfectly. After that, tighten each of your 8mm headed bolts. Once you have each of them snug, the torque for these will be 7 foot-pounds. There isn't much room in this area, so we'll just make sure it's nice and tight with our 8mm wrench. Double check to make sure it's secure. Continue on to your wiring harness. Press that in, listen for a click, give it a tug to make sure it's secured. Now, assuming you installed it correctly, the vehicle should start while in neutral still. Let's run it through the gears. Ending in park. Disengage your parking brake. Okay friends, we fully installed our neutral safety switch. At this point, go ahead and take your vehicle for a road test. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.